What's going on, y'all? This is gonna be just a brief energy update. Let's see what's going on in the vibes here. Give me just a moment. It don't get no better. Don't get no better. Remind me of the first time. All right, y'all. Let's see what the vibe is. Once again, this is a brief. Well, ain't no telling the length of this message. Okay, we just gonna tune in. Welcome, I am Goddess, High Priestess, Empress, and Alba La Panthera. Whoa, okay. I am Goddess, High Priestess, Empress, Alba La Panthera. Okay, welcome. We are in that beautiful shadow period of Mercury retrograde that is currently in Sagittarius. Love that placement. It allows you to speak your truth based on your own inner knowing, your own philosophy of what life means to you. Okay, we had a card that just jumped out of here. What's this? Let me see. The Eight of Coins. Mercury, as we're speaking of it, a co-ruler of Virgo. Virgo is also connected to Chiron. You have the Eight of Pentacles. This could have something to do with something you're working on at this current moment. This could also have to speak to rituals, also known as a habit. Doing some type of work when it comes to regulating your nervous system. And part of that with Mercury and Sagittarius, Venus is still in Libra. It'll go into Scorpio in a couple of lucid moments, aka days, helping you to tap deeper into your desires. So this could be you voicing or expressing yourself when it comes to what you truly desire to experience, and really not caring about what anyone thinks or their thoughts about what your choices are, especially if it's no harm to yourself or anyone else. Okay, you have the Magician. Wow, that's coming out here next. Love that. Wow. So I'm picking up this energy of the Magician coming up after the Eight of Pentacles. You could be closing out a repetitive cycle that was basically not allowing you to move forward with the work that you have already done. Okay. Makes sense. Jupiter, Mercury, retrograde. This is allowing you to step back into something, an unfinished project. This is the moment for you to, okay, bring the final touches to an unfinished project. 1813 on the time right now, 613. That's Gemini. You may have gone through some sort of betrayal, Ten of Swords. This could be self-betrayal when it comes to over-processing, thought process, overthinking your next step, getting a sense of burnout here. Let me see what's next. Yeah, the Six of Swords comes out in a challenging or reverse position. Six of Swords is about moving forward. So yeah, there could be something you're doing for work at this time that is pulling you away from your actual mission in this lifetime. What's the Six of Swords? Six of Swords is the King of Cups. Some of you, this could be moving away from a Scorpio, or something having to do with the sharing of resources that also included an exchange of deep, intense emotions This could also have something to do with not being able to move forward because of the absence of emotional intelligence here. You got a few that jumped out. Let me see. You have the Three of Pentacles. This could be someone you work with or someone you're doing business with. Then we have the Strength card, Leo energy. Okay, there's a very strong bond here. Leo, Aquarius. I'm hearing there's a difference between what someone is willing to do and what they know they are to do with the Chariot. Okay, three major arcanas. So the universe is on this 887, something about August 8th of 2007. Life path 11, this could have to do with the vision, inner knowing here. If the 3811, let me see. This is a very strong portal that is opening here for you all. When it comes to bringing something into your reality, yes, 8338, March 8th, August 3rd, 1983, 1938 are very significant here. 838 could be a number you have been seeing. This is your confirmation. The confirmation that this is the moment for you to tie up loose ends when it comes to a project you've been prolonging. Don't feel rushed. However, allow yourself to make the time, you know, to do what brings your nervous system to even keel or makes your nervous system feel calm. We have the Two of Wands here. Mars in Aries, but this could also have to do with you being at a crossroads. What's this? Something's been taken quite a bit here. Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So provide you with the hidden meaning of why it's been taking so long. So let's see. What's the hidden meaning here? Or what's behind the scenes? Vesta. You may want to even look into what your Vesta energy is, your Vesta placement, okay? It speaks to the goddess within, your sacred spiritual center, and quiet dignity, what you do behind the scenes. What you've been doing behind the scenes is now time to bring it forward here. Aquarius, okay, yeah. Check your surroundings. Check your surroundings. There's something here about a group of people, or expand your network. Expand your network. What's okay? Why it's been taking so long? You may have been narrow-based thinking that doesn't allow you to connect to the depths of your thoughts. So that way you have the courage to move intuitively as a result of you being connected to your discernment. Okay. Let me see. What's at the top? Capricorn, Aquarius, wow, and Uranus at the bottom. Some of you could have a Uranus and Aquarius placement. Or 2001 could be a significance. 6 years, because 2007 was also mentioned. Something has been prolonged for 6 years. There's something in regards to your structure. The way you are handling something has to do with your structure. This structure has been going on for lifetimes, for generations. And it's creating static when it comes to emotional intelligence. Someone not being able to fully tap into the energy and motion within them. We have Leos that's showing up here. Part of the way this energy has been clearing itself from you also had a connection to the type of people you were dating. You may have wanted deeper commitments in situations, but those situations were not commitment based. This is a time for you to reflect. Where is there a similarity within you where you desire to be and do something, but you're not committing yourself to it? Why is that? We got a reverse astrology card, Scorpio. King of Cups is here, which is where we were picking up this emotional intelligence energy. But why is that? You weren't able to tap fully into that. Being sucked in by an intense, masterful, thoughtful, and magnetically charming energy around you. What I'm picking up is something in regards to some level of mineral deficiency, causing you to crave something that is not best for you. Okay? I'm hearing vitamin C. That's what I'm picking up here on clearly, vitamin C. But also something in regards to your vision. Something could be so blinding and charming that you're not able to see its full purpose, to pull you away from a fixed perception you have of your reality that actually doesn't serve you. What's this? Yeah, Four of Swords in reverse. Resistance of healing. Healing what? Wow, Nine of Pentacles. This is a fear of being single or being in a state of solitude. The fear of being in a state of solitude is more so having to do with, let me see here. This is a level of performance where someone is just doing things to be seen. To be seen, to be loved, to be hurt. Manipulation. That's what you know because that's the way you were raised, or that's what you saw. You have to get into observing mode where you recognize by being in that mode that this is not you. You can choose to become the greatest version of yourself. Love is not about performance. It's something that you do have to nurture, but that doesn't mean performance either. Let me see. The Two of Pentacles, yeah. Juggling. Indecisive, feeling indecisive here. This indecisive energy is causing someone to go into situations that are a distraction. Choosing distraction by choice. The choice when someone doesn't want to process the healing that's being triggered. One chooses distraction. What's this distraction? Let me see. Show me the distraction. Eight of Cups. The distraction, walking away from things that no longer serve you. So this is a situation where people may have walked away from you. It's given pity party. Either you or someone in your energy is moving this way. Or this could be walking away from situations instead of handling it. having that conversation. Not everyone is to have a conversation, because some conversations are much clearer when actions, are speaking louder than those words. So this could also be someone battling with their own beliefs, philosophy, and the way that they were raised here. You won't be able to prolong this level of solitude that is required for the next steps forward. Especially with the Strength card, the Star, and the Chariot. Leo, we have Leo, Aquarius, Cancer here. Leo, Aquarius, Cancer. This started from childhood that led to a group of friends based on a lesson that wasn't cleared when it had to do with the home. Childhood, Leo, friends, Aquarius or 11th house, Chariot, Cancer, 4th house, home. Creating a false home with a particular group of people. Creating a false home when it comes to a particular group of people. Make it clear again about this here. Distraction of the 8 of Cups. Unresolved home, unresolved home, unresolved home. There's something about here of neglecting the fact. Neglecting the facts. Okay. Neglecting the facts. The Hierophant. At a church. Loud and clear. Temple. Neglecting what sits in the middle of the temple. Right above your ears. In the center, in the middle. That's your inner knowing, your mind's eye. Neglecting your inner knowing. Your ability to perceive beyond. Make sense of it. Taurus, Hierophant, make sense. The 5 senses. Bodily wisdom. Neglect, nurtured. Lack of being nurtured. Because that's also Venusian Taurus energy as well. It's almost coming across as being given physical, material things to replace conversations, in a sense. The Moon card at the bottom of the deck. The Moon in the Hierophant, Moon in Taurus. 6 of Pentacles. Reciprocity. 518. That's Taurus, right? Yeah. Taurus, 7 of Pentacles energy. Saturn in Taurus. This is what you signed up for when it comes to understanding your true value as one who can bring etheric information into the physical. This is also coming through as there's something you do that is a hobby, that's actually your wealth point. It's not just a hobby. And this lack of emotional security is not allowing you to tap fully into this skill set you have. Release that program. Release that program. Release that identity that is not of you, that comes from the wounds of neglect when it comes to being nurtured. Doesn't have to be by a mother. It can just be by any level of caregiver. For someone here, this has to do with music. Bass, the bass, the bass, the bass, the root, the base chakra, root chakra, security, grounded, feeling grounded, secure. What about that? The King of Cups comes out again. The King of Cups is here twice, so Scorpio is very significant, or this season. This could be a preparation from when Mercury goes back into Scorpio during the retrograde as well. Something you were feeling or experiencing. This is what we mentioned in the previous message too. So the fact that that's coming up again, that's very significant. Being given another chance to be able to walk away from something that no longer serves you from the root of the matter. Not a surface-based reason. So therefore, staying long enough to see what's actually transpiring. Observing long enough to see what is actually transpiring. So you can make a level-headed decision. Heart, mind, decision. Coherent decisions. Okay. Greetings, y'all. Welcome, my loves. Let me see what else here. What we got? Okay. The Knight of Swords, that's confirming Mercury and Scorpio. Knight of Swords is Gemini, Mercury, King of Cups is Scorpio. And the Knight of Swords is running straight to this King of Cups. Gemini are running towards a Scorpio. It could be even a sibling going towards a Scorpio. Don't rush to place your investments into something that doesn't align with you emotionally. Is there coherence through all the senses? The way one speaks, hears, views, touches, taste. Is there coherence amongst it all? More so making sure that you're not investing your value into situations or people who don't speak your language. That's the root of this. That's the basis of this. To make the best decision for the next step forward, a precise movement forward, sit, reflect, evaluate when it comes to the language that you are expressing in others. Are they in alignment? You may feel as though it may make your pool smaller when it comes to options, but it actually won't. It will actually bring you a higher level of quality when it comes to, what it is that you are allowing your investments to take part in. Three of Pentacles, yeah, see, this has, something in regards to investing. However this resonates for you in terms of investing your energy into something, whether this is financially, love, so on and so forth, okay? Okay. Let me clear this. Let me do a Celtic spread here. That base is bumping. Something also in regards to being able to control the outside noise, controlling yourself even when there's noise around you. In the center here, current situation, we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. managing the noise around you, so that way there isn't a creation of self-sabotaging thoughts. But this is Jupiter and Gemini. There's someone around you who is unable to not allow the noise to control them around them. Energetically, this could be affecting you in a sense of stagnancy or not being able to make the next move. Get into revising mode. Allow yourself to revise, observe. Don't feel as though you're being lazy up until the second cycle of December. Get all your ducks in a row here, okay? So you can launch. Yeah. What's the challenge? Eight of Swords. The Hierophant. Again, with the Eight of Wands. Wow. 8 and 8. Sagittarius, Gemini. The Hierophant. Because this Hierophant energy is coming through as a institute of higher level of education in a sense. Or something here of high honor. But just because that's what it is, being that the Hierophant and the Eight of Wands are in this challenging position, you have to make sure that your value aligns with what they're willing to exchange. Because with this Eight of Swords in your current situation, this is coming through as, this could be an organization that you may have been rejected by, but that was actually your protection. I'm getting something didn't seem right, and I'm also getting something was being rushed. Also, if you have children that are in the university, really, some of you may have to have a sit down with the child, or yeah, one of your children that are in the university that feels something about them choosing a major or a minor. They're feeling rushed about that. They need to have a conversation with someone they trust. Or for some of you who have already gone through that phase, and you may recognize that what you study, you're not really utilizing right now. And you could be on this path of, man, fuck, I wasted my time. No, you didn't. All things happen for a reason. But if you have a child who's in a university or college right now, and they're in a position to happen to, this is an athlete with this Mercury and Sagittarius vibe showing up here, where they may want to do something that may seem as though it's average. Instead of them becoming a lawyer or getting into computer science, they want to major in business, something as simple as business or kinesiology or whatever the case may be. The conversation is more so based on, let them know to do what it is that they desire to do, not what their surroundings are claiming they should be doing because of what they perceive success to be. I've mentioned this before in previous lives. If you have, a child that wants to do you know, get into the body, personal training, things of that nature, you can have them see if they can get themselves a job at Equinox. Just saying. They have a lot of great programs within there too once you work there. At the boss, okay? At the base of this, you have the Page of Cups and the King of Wands. Leo, Page of Cups, younger water sign. Leo showing up again. For some of you, there's something here in regards to a son. I'm seeing 4 masculines here, 4 male figures here. It's given a grandfather, a father, an uncle, and a son or nephew. Something about this uncle here. This 8 of Swords. This something about someone doing time as well. Has done the time. They're not there right now. They have done the time. Hmm. 58, May 8th. 2008. See, I don't know if some of you are going to be approached by a child or someone who is of age but still has to have a conversation with someone here that you are aware of this already though. This is interesting. The way I'm looking at this King of Wands and the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups, the young figure here, male figure, is looking at a cup with the fish coming out the cup, so stepping out of its comfort zone. But it doesn't realize that this King of Wands is looking at them. This could also have to do with someone being scouted. Do what you know is what I'm hearing. Do what you know. Do what you know. This is very precise. Had to come out for whomever. 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck just now. Wow. Someone is being presented with a better opportunity than they thought that they were entering or that they got rejected by. You're going to see why you received the no's. Okay, this could be someone's big break here. You're about to see why you received those no's. Are you about to see why certain relationships didn't go as planned? It had to crack you at the bottom or rock bottom, but it had to crack you at the base. Now I'm seeing someone dig up ground here. Treasure. Okay. This is this part. This is your spiritual inheritance also. X finds the spot. X 10. October marked the spot. October is past October. October is significant for you. 10-8. 1008. Okay. Deep core alignment. Deep core alignment. Listen, I'm just going with what I'm here. The Tower. What the fuck? The Tower is in your past. The Tower moment is in your past. Yeah, so last month or something about 2000, 2010. 2010. Oh, shit. Ace of Pentacles at the... Yo, so there's something you did that you were on that may have felt uncomfortable. You had to make an uncomfortable choice. Many were involved. As you were making the choice, you didn't recognize how many would be involved. But you are the one with the spiritual strength to clear up a cycle for a new beginning with this Ace of Pentacles. Just before that, you had the 10 of Pentacles. So 10 and this 1, that's 11. Justice, divine justice. The Tower in your immediate past has to do with removing situations from there goes the structure. There goes the structure. There could be two people, significantly two people here. You thought it was just about two, but it included at least 10 to minimum 10 people, 10 to 16 people. 6. Okay, there goes the 6 showing up again. That 10 and the 6, 10, 16. And an 8 with the 26. God. God number. Interesting. What's the Tower? The 7 of Pentacles. They're 518. 2018 or 518 is very significant. 7 of Pentacles. Obstacles and challenges you have breezed through when it comes to embodying bodily wisdom, understanding your senses through your body. When it tells you no, it means no. When it says yes, you know what a yes is. Not jumping into portals too soon. Too soon meaning that you may want to make a phone call, but you're constantly looking for signs to make that phone call. That's wanting to jump into a portal too soon. Completion, 7. And you were the only one standing. Interesting. You could have a moon in Taurus here. When you are secure in your value, you recognize that you're the only one standing. Where you may have desired for others to nurture your value, but in nurturing your value, that really wasn't something that they may have been manipulating you to feel as though that they were nurturing your value. But they were just being nice. Doing things to prevent having to say something that would be uncomfortable for them to say to you. And you may have subtly within the past minimum 7 years have been noticing these energetic shifts, which is why surprises are now behind you. They're part of your past. These levels of surprises are in your past, prizes. Now you receive the gift. Gratitude for the latte, beloved. Okay, let me see. What's crowning the collective here? What's crowning this energy? Let me see something. Let's see. Well, would you look at there? The Judgment card. Makes sense. All right. You had a very strong spirit guide surrounding you since you were a child, Page of Cups. That's now helping you make the decision about you stepping out of the old box into the vastness of reality. Judgment card, 20. This level of, when it comes to the tower being in your past, it has to do with a male ancestor. The final part has to do with the male ancestor. We want to make that very clear. 7-7, male ancestor. Aquarius, Taurus, Leo is here, and Scorpio. Gemini as well. They could have these Jupiter placements is also coming through. Judgment, clarify. Judgment is being clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. That's deep. Making a decision to walk through the portal when the proper alignment is available. And you're able to do this now because you're trusting your inner vision, the subtlety that's flowing through your body that's letting you know yes or no. And part of this yes or no is having to do with, you know, those two people that are no longer within this tower. You're no longer making it your duty to bring energies or people along. But you're doing this more so from seeing your value, the love you have for yourself, which allows for forgiveness too. And the forgiveness is more so for you, so you're not sitting in a level of bitterness or frustration, you know? We're not in the advice section here just yet. Herein, okay? But it's showing up in this, what's crowning Uranus at the forefront of your mind. This decision that may be an uncomfortable one is actually going to lead you to the Ace of Pentacles. Which is a new stage, getting new stage, new relief on life. A beautiful reset. Clarify the Eight of Swords here. Let me see. Why is this in the current, what's this current energy? This could be the energy around you, you know, because it's Jupiter. So it has to do, yeah, Five of Coins. Lack mindsets around you. What about it? What do you want to let them know about it? Magician. Right back to it, huh? Because at the beginning we had the Eight of Pentacles with something that you've been working on. It could be your nervous system. And then the Magician came out with the Six of Swords in the uncomfortable precision. Uncomfortable precision. The Chariot. Okay, so you dismantle the lack mindset that was surrounding you. Excuses. Removing yourself, or you're being advised to remove yourself from people who want to make excuses, who want to just blatantly lie, even if it's a small lie, but the audacity that people have to even lie, no matter how or what the size is. I'm seeing someone, let's say, okay, this is the perfect example. Let's say you're waiting for a delivery and you know for a fact that they are following the directions on the app, but they realize that they're lost and they're about to deliver it somewhere else. And when they show up to you, they tell you, oh, the app was acting funny, but you see them moving with the app the entire time, that type of shit. There's no necessity to lie other than the discomfort one has to be honest. If one cannot be honest, then say nothing at all. I had to charge my phone. If one is uncomfortable being honest, then say nothing at all. 20% on the charger right there on the battery. What's the advice? The Five of Pentacles. That's crazy because that's not even what we're supposed to be looking at next. What we're supposed to be looking at next was in the near future. But that was just what came out in clarifying the current energy of the Eight of Swords, self-sabotaging thoughts, Jupiter and Gemini. But Jupiter's an external planet. So this is about you integrating lessons when it comes to the way you process your thoughts and communicate it to people, and recognizing who you can communicate or should communicate with. It's easy for someone to pull you down and for you to lift them up. So recognizing where your level of communication is, and those that you may have been communicating with, that it was literally splitting your financial abundance, amazing health. It was splitting your Ten of Pentacles into two. And it was cutting you out of your true support. Specifically, you know, the support you have for yourself through your own process of thought process. Mercury and Virgo, Ten of Pentacles vibes. Making sure that you are in alignment and coherent when it comes to your thoughts and your heart. Now I'm smelling cereal. You know that the scent that cereal has? Captain Crunch Kicks. Captain Crunch Kicks. Sneak ahead. We feel as though they run shit, huh? Listen. What's next here? Sneak ahead. Okay, that's something about this child again. I'm picking up 7th grade around there, junior high. Okay, junior high, which also lowers this young man's confidence in high school, drags into college or the university of some sort, based on what he can afford and where. There's something here about that. More so junior high. Because if this is trickling into someone going to college, they could be very awkward around people, socially awkward. That once they have this built-in confidence, it's a whole 180. The Justice card. Wow. Speaking of that Ace of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, that 11 that was coming through, you got the Justice here, number 11. As far as what's next, divine justice, huh? Now, it's basically the energy of the crow and the eagle, that once you ascend, anything that desired to bring you down, the higher you ascend, the less that they can be around you, because they won't be able to handle the shit, what's the word? I just had it too. Altitude that you're at, that you are ascending to. Literally ascending to, rising. As that hieroglyph of Libra connects to the rising sun. Rising sun, your rising sun. It could be a Libra rising. So someone could have an identity shift with Venus and Libra, especially Libra rising. Okay. or the type of partnerships you allow into your life. So Aries could also be significant here. What's the Justice? The Queen of Wands. Aries. Certainly relationships. Okay. It's the moment you made this uncomfortable decision to stay around, to stay around. Wow. Okay, so to stay around long enough to see as to how deep a situation is and the importance of you letting it go from getting to the depths of it, only being able to let it go once you get to the depths of it. It's not something that can be surface based, handled at the surface. This is something that was happening within the blood, because with this Aries energy, I'm picking up on life force energy, blood, or your blood, family. Once you've disconnected and you've gotten to the root of this matter, you were able now to open up, the true embodiment of who you are. And this also changes the dynamics you have with people, or the types of people or types of people. You may have been scattered in the past until you recognize your value, and in recognizing your value, you were the only one standing, and you were really able to see where people, the truth of those around you. They basically, the level of nurturing, love, and trust that you provide others wasn't being reciprocated. You were finally able to see this. And this is what allows you to step fully into your purpose, which is also divine justice. Justice is you stepping into your purpose. So therefore, anything that has been said against you doesn't reach you, and it has to go back to the sender just because you stepped into your purpose. This is on some, you ain't got to go as far as candle work. It's more so recognizing what your mission is and getting in line with it. Yeah, decision. The Lovers at the bottom of the deck, and what was the peep out here? Four of Swords is at the top. Jupiter and Libra. Yeah, there's going to be an expansion of the dating pool here for some of you. Seeing the actual options you do have before stepping into a commitment. Temperance. Seeing and thinking, which is here. The seeing is your challenge. The thinking is the current situation. I see, which is Sagittarius. I think Gemini. And at the bottom of the deck right now is the hidden meaning as to the point that we are at. In regards to what's next is divine justice of you stepping into your purpose. But behind the scenes, what's being realigned. I'm hearing refurbished. Refurbished. Minimums, this is something you've been doing for 8 lifetimes. We got Saturn in Pisces, 8 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. What's at the heart? The 9 of Cups, emotional fulfillment. Fulfillment of desires. Fulfillment of desires. When you walk away from beliefs that are truly not in alignment to you, that kept you in bondage, because right behind the Saturn in Pisces is the Devil card. And the Death card right behind that. And then the World card. Yeah, big time. So completion of a cycle due to an abrupt ending here that made you see your value. That's the only way you were going to see your value. So toughen up, buttercup. Things had to be, it was designed to move a certain way, because once again, that's the way you chose your assignment, for you to reawaken to the reality of what you came here to do. It's basically your safe word or your safe experience in a sense before coming here, where you told yourself, okay, this has to happen in order, if I'm not remembering what the mission was before coming here, let this happen so I can remember. That type of thing. It's the best way I can explain it to you. The advice, we already have that with the Five of Pentacles. Material and spiritual changes here from lack. Lessons of the Hierophant. Lessons of higher levels of commitment. So it's the Five of Pentacles. I know that was the Six of Swords. I went to pop it. Yeah, it was a Six of Swords. It just popped out, but it didn't, land on the table here with the other cards. So let's see. Five of Pentacles coming out with the Four of Wands. So something here in regards to relationships for sure. Because of what you cleared out in one area, let's say the home or something in regards to your roots or previous generations, or clearing out some type of generational gunk. If you are in a relationship, it goes to a higher level of commitment. For others with this 5 and the 9, this causes a divorce or an ending in a relationship. And for those of you that are single, this is why you've been single for so long, because there has been the recalibration of the type of people that you are to you're going to be meeting moving forward because of this clearance. Okay, the bottom here, you got strength. Yeah, recalibration of strength. What's in the environment? What's in the environment for y'all here? The Moon card. Something that was hidden is being revealed, clear as day. What is it? Four of Swords, the healing necessary, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Everything we've been saying right here, just now. Jupiter and Libra with the Four of Swords. An integration of lessons when it comes to what's been revealed to you, the Moon, that had to do with home, family, roots, ancestors, that you had to clear out. This is the destined and opportune moment, Wheel of Fortune, to clear it. And it's in your environment right now what it is that's to be cleared. The Tower moment you had in the past, where you actually saw, you went through a significant experience here that was quite challenging, that forced you to see your value. Yep. And now you have, yeah, what's being revealed to you is why you were unable to move on, and why there's something here in regards to why the problem within relationships was communication. And what's in your environment right now is showing you where that seed was planted, or what created that energy for it to even happen. And once again, why you chose this dynamic to cut that cycle. Show me here what we have. The Empress. Shit. Wow. Okay. Yeah. You're the one that's able to handle it on all four fronts. Forefront. You're able to confront it on all four fronts. Earth, water, air, fire. Taking the initiative of knowing who you are. I am Aries. Based on the way you feel, Cancer. Which allows you to select the appropriate relationships that reflect Aries, who you are. Libra, I balance. And utilizing your feelings appropriately to use them in situations of high levels of commitment that also involve maturity for it to be a high level of success, Capricorn. This is also part of your legacy. Legacy, okay. Your spiritual inheritance, abundance. Once you put this situation to rest, that's right in your face. It's right in your face. For some, you've handled and no longer dealing with situations, because when it comes to you being creative or creating, it's effortless. You're already a creator, and you become, it's more effortless for you to do so. And for others, you become that creator. You're no longer in competition mode. You're now living from a high level of authenticity. Test it out. Do what you desire to do that matches what you love to do. Desire love unconditionally to do, without thinking or worrying about what anyone has to say about it. An example of that would be, let's say you tend to hold yourself back from posting certain things because you don't want people to feel a certain way, even if you are someone who says, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, but you obviously do if you're not posting. If you find yourself not posting certain things because you may want it to be too perfect, that's an example of worrying about what others think or feel about what you're doing. Utilize this Mercury and Sagittarius energy wisely, y'all. Say what you have to say. It's literally firing off your own philosophy. Whoever doesn't get it, they just don't get it. You know what you know based off your experience. Simple as that. Now, the beauty of this Mercury retrograde is that it's going to go back into Scorpio, where it's going to have you revising or reflecting on something that you may have invested your value, your worth, and it wasn't reciprocated. It didn't have that same level of intensity or passion when it comes to the way one thrives through their emotions, their feelings at a very deep level. You don't want surface-based connections, and you don't have to settle for anything less. But you may have allowed yourself to. So right now, some of you could be feeling the energy of Mercury and Sagittarius, where it's allowing you to express yourself, even when it comes to, you doing certain things that you may delay, and find yourself having the energy to do so. And also with the full moon in Taurus tomorrow, you're closing out things that have to do with where your value is not fully received. As of 6 months ago, new moon in Taurus. So there's a situation here for some of you that is coming up in regards to the end of March and mid-April. Right before, no, it's actually the 18th then. Oh shit, May 18th. Something in regards to May. Because this will be around that first quarter phase. The waxing crescent, waxing gibbous, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous around there. Yeah. Oh, full moon in Scorpio then? Something in regards to full moon in Scorpio even? What is that? The moon you got here, the chariot at the bottom of the deck. What is that about? April, May? April, May. Show me April, May. April, May. We have the 7 of Cups, Venus in Scorpio, with the chariot that fell on the table as well, the 4 of Cups. Yeah. Something something or someone you may have put your all into, and it felt blah. It's just, ugh. And you realized you were holding on to something from the past that wasn't the Ace of Cups. It was just an experience to help you to refine the way you process your emotions with your thoughts. And it looked quite enticing, amazing to move forward with, but you weren't, it wasn't all the way there. There was a level of discontent and boredom. Okay. What does that have to do with right here? Yeah, the enlightenment that you receive, Hangman. That's part of the uncomfortable situation you're seeing in your environment or will be. That influences you to step into your purpose. I'm hearing there's an increase in your confidence. You becoming that light of the room. You will thrive when it comes to sharing your perspective. You will thrive when it comes to sharing your perspective here. So allow yourself to get some rest. There are things being cooked up for you. An expansion of partnerships, lucrative partnerships that aligns with who you are. You could be feeling a bit, tired these few lucid moments, days ago, aka days. All right, let me wrap this up. We at 10% here. What's in this hopes and fears position? Let me see. Let's get this clear. Okay. What's in the hopes and fears position is the King of Swords and the Ace of Coins. Wow. That truly aligns. Was at the forefront of your mind. You got the Ace of Pentacles showing up for what's at the forefront of your mind, but this is also what you fear. You know what direction to take, but you're not sure if you have the proper strategy. Close out a cycle, hidden meaning behind this level of hope, or stepping into hope and fear and not faith and knowing. There's a cycle that has to be ended. We have the Page of Coins behind the World card and the Knight of Cups. This could be a relationship. If you're not in that relationship, the energy that relationship still has on you. So you may want to do some level of washes or burning rituals of a sort here. Gratitude for the gifts, y'all. Let me see. Strategy. Ooh, what's this? 3 of Pentacles. This is, wow. And this came out, it didn't come out upright. It was face down. 3 of Pentacles. Put this down. There's a group of people or partnership you're currently in, you have to put down and go towards your legacy with the 3 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles here. Holding your, if you find yourself in a group or in a company and you feel as though you're holding yourself back, that's what's keeping you in this hopes and fears position, preventing you from making that judgment, which is at the forefront of your mind, to go towards a new offer. And this new offer has to do with something that you are creating, especially with the Empress here in your environment. There's a refining of your life force energy here as far as what's next with the Justice and Queen of Wands. Or you can be getting justice when it comes to a situation involving an Aries woman. I heard that's what's getting in the way. Page of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Or someone who seeks to be the center of attention. Someone who seeks to be the center of attention, you are their lesson. Okay, there's that. Whatever that's for. 6 of Swords shows up. Wow, and Temperance. Make that move. Sagittarius season, 6/14. Gemini, 10 of Swords. Yeah, it's time to move on from that. You've been seeing this clearly with your inner eye. You're not tripping. You're not tripping. Yeah, you're not tripping. You're not tripping. You're not tripping about what you've recognized when it comes to others' motives. No more delays in the decision you have to make, which involves not having certain people or energies around you anymore. Outcome, What's the outcome here? The Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady. Yeah. The outcome is it's been taking you a while to walk away from this, but you will. Six of Wands, and you will walk away victoriously. You walking away from this situation, you're wondering, is that the proper thing to do? The strategy towards the Ace of Pentacles? Yes. You'll be walking away from what no longer serves you and towards your victory and success with the Six of Wands, Jupiter and Leo. An expansion when it comes to what it is that you desire to create. And this also reflects the alignment with your inner child. At the heart of it, there goes the Eight of Pentacles, which was the first card out. This is what's going to help settle your nervous system, or help you to recalibrate your nervous system. Breathwork, yoga, also very significant. And then the Fool card lands here as well, taking the leap of faith. Taking the path that people called you a fool for, but it's only the fool that chooses to go through the macrocosm of life, to align with the mysteries of life. Aligning with the mysteries of life is being able to handle one's energy and emotion through all your senses. So that way you can recognize which portals are best in the timing of it, 71:17 on the clock. Which timings and portals are best for you to align with. So you can recognize when you're moving too fast or moving too slow. But the cycle has ended. You can take that leap of faith. Queen of Pentacles, the cycle has ended. Queen of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Wow. Because Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn, Saturn in Pisces. Saturn rules Capricorn. So when you walk away from a belief system that literally has you in a struggle with your nervous system, with the Knight of Pentacles showing up here twice, this could be something that's chronic. And when you take a different path and you don't conform to society, you take that leap of faith to not conform with society, is when you liberate yourself. Literally do. You have to be all in. Venus is about to go into Scorpio, so that'll help you with the purity of your soul and following the intentions of the purity of your soul towards answering to bodily wisdom. In other words, following your yes, following your no's. Aligning with your yes and aligning with your no's, better said. Then when it's time to tell something yes, you say no. You say yes. Wow. Work on that. Where you know you want to say no, but you may be saying yes. Stop feeling sorry for other people or worried about what other people are thinking or feeling when you have to. It's putting your nervous system and psychologically it's not allowing you to be balanced here, okay? It's the Six of Cups. What about this? Six of Cups. The Knight of Swords. There's a significant meeting or connection you would have with a Gemini. Doesn't have to be long term. But there's something here in regards to a Gemini coming up it's basically them showing up on your grid to reactivate a soul memory with the Six of Cups. And then I'm there having me stare at this Gibo room. That it flips the script when it comes to relationships or relationship, whatever. What? Bruh. Or this could be someone who opposes you, or an opposition happens where it affects you financially. Okay, that's similar to that energy was picking up on earlier, where your safe word or your safe experience was something that no matter what's going around you, you was going to remember the mission here. Yeah, 10 of Cups now at the bottom of the deck. Why you had to take a certain path to become the emotional fulfilled version of yourself. And this has to do with love too. Because some of you are highly inspired when you're in a relationship, a loving relationship. Yeah, wow. 3 of Cups. A reunion with a reunion with the soulmate. It was getting soul member, soulmate. 9 of Cups. Jupiter and Pisces. But that's confirming because Jupiter loves being in Pisces. It creates these fairy tales. So there's significant energy in regards to love here. You may have practiced sobriety, or you may have sacrificed something here in order to, yeah, this could be something in regards to connections, or was keeping you, realizing what was having you some level of mental conflict and no longer allowing that to be. One more, Magician. Now you can manifest, claim, and step into your sovereignty beautifully. You got the Magician that came out with the Chariot at the bottom of the deck and the star right behind that. Yeah, it's time, baby. It's time to go get yours. Make that uncomfortable decision. That is the strategy towards your prosperity, your abundance, your golden age. It's up to you to go towards it. Much love. Ciao.